Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to be reacting to a video called Top 10 the most beautiful Stockholm subway stations. This is from a channel called Anton Somewhere, so check it out. I didn't know that Sweden, well, Stockholm in particular, was known for like having beautiful subway stations, but I guess we're gonna see them, right? So let's check it out and comment, like, and subscribe.
City subway is a leader of number of stations, and the one in Tokyo had the busiest passenger traffic. The underground of Stockholm is number one,
like
something different.
Unofficially,
it's called the longest art gallery in the world. Around 100 stations are decorated with sculptures, mosaics, pictures and engravings from over 150 artists. The gallery has a funny name, which is Tunnelbana. The entrance fee is just $5. Let's get the tickets and check the place out. Stockholm subway opened in 1950. In 1957.
So confused. So wait, what do you mean there's an entrance fee? It's like I pay for my ticket, right? Like, what do you mean a $5 ticket fee? But like an entrance, how many, or is it to like get in? What happens if I actually want to take the subway?
And it became a venue for some changeover art decisions. Today, the subway resembles more an exhibition of modern art than a station of public transport.
What's that supposed to be?
I've spent the whole day underground. I've seen 30 stations and selected 10 of the best.
I love how everything's like
here's my personal top 10 of the most beautiful stations of Stockholm subway. Here is T-Centralen station, which was one of the first decorated. T-Centralen was carved inside a granite rock, like most of the city stations. Obviously.
Oh, okay. I was wondering about that. I didn't know that it was an actual rock because it was, oh, it resembles that. But I was wondering, obviously, because subways are in the are subterranean. So I was thinking, well, maybe it is actually built in a cave, and they just sort of like left the cave rock. It's sort of not the same thing. But again, when you're like, subterranean, it's gotta be rock. It's surrounded by rock. What else would it be? So I like the idea of just like, no, this is the actual rock that, where it was built. Like the city is built on top of this, which I adore, actually.
It's not the best idea to decorate granite with granite. That's why many walls here made without facing and have irregular shape. The main color of T-Central is blue. Okay, let's jump in a carriage and move on.
This is incredible.
There are mainly two types of cars: classical school carriages and modern open gangway one.
Like the whole sort of like the walls and everything, it's so incredibly pretty that I almost don't really care about the cars. It's like, oh yeah, right. I mean, I'm here for a reason. I have to travel somewhere. I'm not just here to like, look how pretty everything is.
Radhuset, aka courtroom, is the next station. The name alone corresponds with the design, which looks like hell.
It's literally, I feel like I'm a troll or something. I'm inside the cave. Gru, I am gonna have to rewind this. What on earth? Where are your shoes? Okay, so shoes. This is quite frightening. I think this is venturing into creepy territory because it feels like someone's stuck in there. Like, I feel like a body, like I'm gonna find, I don't know, an arm just, I don't know, like hanging from there. It's like, oh, it got swallowed up by the whatever this is. It's very creepy, very like Halloween-like decor. It's gotta have some meaning though.
The place is pretty popular among tourists and locals. As you can see here, some Swedish guys are filming the music video.
Oh, they're filming a music video. Well, I mean, it's very, why wouldn't you? Like, this place is incredible. Of course,
let's take a closer look. Well, yes, the station is very popular among tourists. Next up is Fridhemsplan station.
This is, green? Oh.
I don't really know the meaning of the name, but marine thematic prevails here.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Wait, is that a bad? Am I supposed to know what is this? It reminds me of sort of the model for the early airplanes. I feel like the Wright brothers, I think, had something like this. Like you put this and then you like flew. I don't know. It resembles a little bit to that, or maybe I don't know. It's a I don't know. I'm trying to think of like how this could relate to the ocean theme. Coming up short though. I mean, it's nice. Yeah, sure. Oh, Oh,
you
now
feel like
we have flowers.
aesthetic satisfaction just doing some routine stuff like going down to subway. This is the most beautiful subway I've ever seen.
Okay, we are moving to the stadium station. It's one of the most colorful in Stockholm, not only because it's luminous walls, but for a rainbow crossing the platform.
Colorful.
And it's pretty spectacular.
Oh, and it's blue. It's blue with rainbows. Elf, what?
Now, let's clean up for a while, change the music, and I'll tell you about my...
I forgot about the fact, of course, there's a whole, the city's up there. So it was, everything feels so cold and nice, but nice in a cold way. I think it's fresh, that I totally forgot. Oh, it's like super snowy, above ground. It's, but we're so comfortable here in our little cave. It's I don't want to leave here.
My favorite place. It's Toril's plant station. Here you can meet your old 8-bit friends from Super Mario Mushrooms and Pac-Man to Bomberman icons.
That's so strange. Is Pac-Man Swedish or something? It's Mario.
Everything like a good old Super Mario game. Someone is jumping out of the tube. A cloud is shooting people. But if you take a closer look, you'll notice it's just an ordinary tile.
Oh, but this is amazing. Again, why is it here though? I don't know. Because it's cool?
Just very simple idea, yeah? To combine all these cubes with a picture, but really beautiful.
Skarpnäck is another station on my list. The station itself is a dream for any Instagram user. Because of the unusual benches construction, people may take really nice photos. Tekniska Högskolan.
It almost, hold on, I'm gonna go back. It looks like a museum almost. I feel like this could be, I know, it feels like some sort of sculpture that I could, I don't know, could feasibly see this in a museum, and I'm taking a picture of a Greek column.
Construction. People may take really nice photos. Tekniska Högskolan. This station is located close to Royal Institute of Technology, which directly affected its design. It looks a bit restrained, though has a concept behind.
Okay, what's the
This apple, which is hanging over the passenger heads, I think it's a clear reference to Sir Isaac Newton. The most beautiful escalator is found here with constantly shifting colors.
I feel like there's everything, there's so many things I have to look at here. Oh, this is so cool.
Indeed looks very high-tech.
It's very strange, but in a good way.
Здравствуйте.
Я через понедельник корона
Чего?
Румыния.
Я не понимаю по-вашему. Не понимаю по-вашему.
Oh, I thought the person knew her him or something.
Okay, I can handle this name, sorry. What's interesting is that not only station but visible parts of tunnels as well are painted in one palette. Remains of old buildings are kept here as a result of their demolition in the 1950s during the reconstruction of central Stockholm.
Oh my god, this is really cool. I was thinking this one looks straight out of a scary movie or something because it's this is creepy. I feel there's some vibes, there's strange vibes going on here, but it's because it's very dark. It's it's sort of green dark. I don't know, it looks like straight out of a horror film.
The parts of tunnels as well are painted.
Yeah, but exactly. Like, what on earth is this? There's a sculpture here, but it looks like a vase that could be, I don't know, in a building as an art. Like, this is the art piece in my living room, but then it's sort of here. Even, I'm just noticing the floor is sort of burned, which is, to the right, which is kind of strange. I think that's really weird.
In one palette. Remains of old buildings are kept here as a result of their demolition in the 1950s during the...
I do not understand how this worked, because if it's a subway, it's, underneath. So how come the buildings, was the city, I don't know, 10 feet below ground somehow back in the 1950s, and they just, rebuilt the city above? What? It's really strange, but again, I'm not an architect, clearly not an engineer, so who knows? This is so weird. Or they just mentioned, no, it's sort of, they weren't actually there. They just put it there. Remains of old buildings, and this actually seems like more of a thing. They probably just moved everything that, all the remains of the old buildings, and they just put it in here. But it wasn't as if they were originally there. No, they were probably in somewhere else in the city.
Reconstruction of central Stockholm. Generally, it looks more like a museum.
And what? Yeah. There's so much things going on here. There's obviously the weird sculpture that I think they're lights. It's a curved thing, but also what are the checkered things on the ceiling? And they're different. It's sort of a demented chessboard.
Than a subway platform.
It's more of a museum. Oh, what is this? It looks like I want to climb here.
Then stop. This station is dedicated to solidarity. Here is a Mayakovsky writings and the word solidarity written in different languages. Looks pretty cool.
Oh, sister and brotherhood. That's nice. This is very... Oh my god, are those penguins? They're not penguins, right?
And finally, Solna Centrum. This is one of the most recognizable stations among the rest.
It's nice. It's like very artsy. Someone painted this. Is that a horse? What is it? I'm guessing that's something somewhere in Stockholm. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I love when they do
jokes.
this.
This is the most beautiful metro subway in the world.
So, Stockholm City Subway is truly the most beautiful and conceptual underground in the world.
Agreed.
The idea is
100%.
not only carry hundreds of thousands people per day from one place to another, but also brighten their days and make passengers happy. Scandinavian weather is quite gloomy at times, so underground
Correct.
is often brighter and more colorful than above in the city.
Yes,
In conclusion, I would like to say that this museum is definitely worth visiting. So,
Yeah, it's a
take
museum.
a subway ride.
Yeah, so this was incredible. I want to visit Stockholm just to go to the subway. This is incredible. I think it's more museum than something else. I love the idea, like he said, there's just something very cool because subways are just a practical thing that everyone uses every single day. But I love the idea of if we have to be here, why not make it prettier, make it interesting? I think there's so many, because there's so many little details. Obviously, I get it depends also, like if this is your routine. Obviously, there are certain stations that you're not constantly taking because, you have to, I live in this area or, I have to work there. So there's usually some subway stations that you use more than others because, again, like there are other certain lines or something that you never go. But if I live there, I would go and visit them just to have an excuse. Like I would be finding places to go and visit just because, what subway line do I have to take? Do I have to go through this station? Well, yes, then I have to visit like this restaurant because I think like it's so cool. I love it. But also I think it gives a sense of, again, because like he said, there's like so much things about that, I don't know, like daily life that are routine. And it can get boring, although, I mean, again, not super boring. I think no one day is like the other. But in a way, I get that it can feel monotonous because, you have to go and it's every single day. It's the same thing. But in this case, I love the idea of them having like little things that you feel like you're constantly discovering something new, even if you live there. I think, and also I think like after a while, and I think Stockholm residents and Stockholm natives must feel like so proud. I think I love it obviously when there are subway stations that have like pieces of art or phrases or something, and you go there and it sort of like puts a smile on your face when you, again, because you feel them as, I don't know, you're kind of like belong to them and they're part of you because again, you're from this city. So I think I love the idea of something that not intentionally, because I don't think it was done with that. It's just an art piece, but it makes it so that once you like go there enough times and you kind of feel it as your own, and I think it just puts a smile on your face in something that, again, is the subway. So it's something you're not like constantly smiling when you're going the subway because it's something, again, that it's routine. But in this case, I think I'd be smiling if I have to go through one of these stations, in my daily life. This is incredible. I don't even know like which one's my favorite. I like where do I like the Solo Central, like that one's really nice. I think ultimately this one, of course, the technique
Clear reference to Sir Isaac Newton.
Giant apple.
That was beautiful.
I actually didn't got the reference from the giant apple. I was thinking like, what an apple. Why an apple? And also, why not make it, I don't know, like any sort of fruit? Like you can put a pineapple or I don't know, what other, like a strawberry. I don't know, you could put a banana. You could feel, because I was thinking more about, it's a sculpture. But no, it's because of course it's technology and it's Newton because again, it's technology and it's advancement and it's very like scientific. I love the idea of, again, representing little, I think, facets of and elements of Stockholm and probably of like Swedish society, and even if you know what part of town you are, because that's another thing. Subway stations are very, you know, it's you know, this few blocks in which this station sort of like belongs to put it in that sense. They kind of like belong to like, oh, they belong to this kind of streets or to this area of town. And I love the idea of making them so characteristic and so, I don't know, sort of reflecting their place in the city in a way. I just love how different they are, in the sense that, yeah, we are going to reflect, you know, this part of the, you know, the station is going to reflect the part of town in which we are. So even obviously, no, it wouldn't happen because and this is also one of those things. I think subway stations, even though, you know, each one is different, because obviously, again, all over the world, in Stockholm, everywhere, they're different because some of them are designed, you know, they have different designs, and obviously the place itself is different. But sometimes, especially when there's a lot of them, maybe you're like a little bit confused, or you're just like weren't paying attention or whatever. You're like, oh, did I miss my stop? You go down, you sort of like go out, and you're like, wait, where am I? I like the idea. You have to like look at exactly the actual name and say, oh, I'm here. But in this case, because each one of them looks so different, even the tunnels themselves, I think it would be so, oh, I know exactly where I am because everything, again, you just have to look at, oh, the giant apple. Oh, I know in which part I am. And you don't have to be like counting, oh, this is like which one? Oh, there's like three left for my stop or something. It's just like, no, it's so incredibly cool. The other, though, the one, what, I don't know, like they're so incredibly cool. I think the Tensta one, though, it's probably my favorite one. I think that's the one with the old artifacts and the remnants of the old buildings. I like think that's such a genius idea, and reflecting, it reflects a lot what I was mentioning earlier about how subway stations really do reflect, or should reflect, you know, what part of the city you are, and they have their own sort of, I don't know, their essence, which is kind of crazy because it's just a place, it's just a station. But I do think that, you know, I don't know why is it about subways that they usually have, again, this essence, this vibe, and it does vary. I think it's just, maybe it's the fact that they're all underground that I think makes it so that, you know, they have like a different vibe a lot of times. So I just love the idea of, again, just sort of like putting everything, you know, like very different from another, and just doing it very, very, oh, you know, like you know exactly where you are. And I like the idea of this is probably the more, I don't know, I don't really know exactly which one it is. Like this is, you know, in the center of Stockholm, or is it like, no, it's sort of, you know, I don't know. I obviously do not know. But I like the idea of this one reflecting, you know, it's sort of like a new, in a way, it's sort of like very, it's the most Stockholmish, I think, station in a way. Why? And I'm saying this because it's, you know, you have the old and the new. It's very, of course, the older things that, because again, it's the remains of older buildings, and you have that, and it's sort of scattered all over this place. But obviously, the place itself is going to be new because obviously the station it wasn't built in the 1950s. So I like that this is I think a reflection of sort of the old Stockholm and the new Stockholm all together. So in a way, this is the one that reflects the most, you know, it feels the most Swedish to me, just because it's, you know, it's the remains and it's a present, and I like it. It's like, it's so incredibly cool. And obviously, of course, I mentioned this is my favorite one just because there's like so many cool things wherever you look at, and I just want to be, oh my god, I want to take a picture of everything. It's just, you know, you have, you know, there's like a weird sculpture, and there's almost like a door. Obviously there are no doors, but there's just like, even it looks, you know, it's a museum really. It's columns and sculptures and like weird things. I think this one's the coolest one to me. They even have lamp lights. I don't know, it's just the one that feels the coolest is that one is Tensta, but there's also the one that looks, I think, oh yeah, T Central, the one that looks really weird, as in you're, I don't know, in some sort of desert, because everything looks very like terracotta, and it looks very, I don't know, like it's covered in sand, basically that reddish type of sand. And it's like, okay, I realize it's like clay basically. I like that one just because it's visually like very, very beautiful, very appealing. And in a different way. I think this is really funny what he mentioned about the whole thing feeling very, you know, because you're very enclosed, obviously you're in the subway, but you feel so, I don't know how to put it, like safe, maybe. Like you feel like you're so enclosed and everything's so nice. And then you have to like, oh, I have to like go out of here and get out. And when I go out and actually look at the city, it's like, oh no, I'm uncovered. I'm to the mercy of the elements. And in this, I think it looks very comfortable in a way. It looks cozy. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's coming up. Again, I've never been there, but through the screen, it just looks like a very cozy place, which is a really weird thing to say, because we're talking about subway stations. And also something that is built in Prague, that somehow it just feels very cozy. I feel safe somehow. It's just like, yeah, I feel very, not that you feel unsafe in other subways, but I just think the idea of making everything sort of in the rock and you feel like you're in a cave, I think makes it so that maybe it appeals to like, I don't know, some instincts, some ancient instinct in humans that's just make it, oh yeah, I'm safe here, I'm in my cave. It's very, nothing bad can happen because I'm protected. I'm in my cave. I really like it here. So I just, again, love the idea that they're, again, Swedish, like they're great. I don't think ever, yeah, because again, all subway stations of strength to think, yeah, I mean, all subway stations and also like lines, by definition, again, they're underground, so they have to like cover it and it's all rock below because obviously you have to cave and you have to like dig deep. So it's, yeah, wow, how come there none more subway stations do this of like, they just leave it uncovered? Why do we put concrete on these things? It's like, well, probably there's gotta be a reason why we put concrete on, on the subway tunnels. And obviously, I didn't really got to see, because I think it's just the stations themselves that are just this sort of like uncovered rock. I don't know if the actual sort of, the line itself with the train tracks and all the tunnels, are there also like that? It's just like, oh yeah, it's just like the rock. I think obviously because they've done some work, they painted some of them. And well, I think probably all of them are painted, or they just like did some type of work. I don't know if they polished it. Could you polish this? I don't know. Or they just like leave it as it is. I have no idea. But because maybe you need to do some treatment to the rock in order for this to work. But yeah, I don't know. I just wonder how come other cities haven't done this. And I think it's just cooler. It looks awesome. It looks cool. I know I don't like other stations that they have to like, no, you have to like you have to build the concrete and you have to build the tunnel and it's just like a lot of cement. I don't know. I prefer this one. I like it, and now I feel like all subway stations should be like this. Just like rock covered. You feel like you're in a tunnel. It feels cool. You feel as if you are in one of those. I know exactly what it looks like. It's one of those it's in Sweden. No, I don't think it's in Sweden. I think it's in Finland. The one, or I don't know, maybe Sweden has them. Those sort of ice hotels that they're sort of, I don't know, like an igloo. I don't know if I should call them an igloo, but it's just sort of like those ice hotels. I think like this is exactly what they remind me of. It's very cool, very spacious, and I think the ceilings and all of that, they remind me of those ice hotels. So I think like you also feel like you're sort of on vacation, even though you're maybe not, because again, you just live there and you're just like going to the office. But I don't know, I love the idea of things just looking very, I know there's like a primitive thing about a lot of these things in the caves, and especially I think there was one of the stations, I can't remember which one, that it had a lot of like little paintings, and because again, I love how all of them are very different. But there was one that had like little like if like someone, those ancient drawings in the caves, like they have like, I don't know, a bull, or the little handprints, something similar to this. So again, it's very like the convergence of something extremely old, very primitive, that it's very, it's human nature basically, painting on rocks and painting on caves. And again, how modern and how far along we've come to have like obviously subways and just modern life. So I just love the whole convergence of that. It's just a very nice mix of like very ancient things, stuff that early human beings to, again, modern humans, 21st century. So yeah, I love it. It's cool, and I think I would visit Stockholm just to go to the subway station. I have to admit, only for that, I think it's worth a visit. But that's it for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye!